One of the things that we're going to talk about today is, to have the look and the sound and the background that you want to match the environment that you're communicating in. All right, I see Madeline's trying to get on here. Hi, Madeline.
Hi.
How are ya?
Actually, nervous.
Good. Well, Madeline, we have Steve and Laura on. You've seen Laura, and then Steve Miller is a colleague and friend. And now we have Jessie Mansberger on. Hi, Miss Jessie.
Hello.
Jessie is my partner in Leadership Lessons Live, where we interview leaders and take on hot topics once a week to try to help folks in trying times really develop community and perform better as leaders in the roles they have. So if each of you could just introduce yourself and, hey, just tell us a little bit about, if there's something you'd like to improve on either your Zoom look, how you sound, or how you communicate. Well, Steve, you want to just start off?
I think the thing that I really want to work on is lighting. I live in a 600 square foot condo with my wife, and we both are working full time out of this one bedroom.
All right. And let's see who else is on. Okay. Laura, do you want to talk to us a little bit about what you'd like to work on?
So I guess, just the lighting, because my face is always white.
Great. All right, Madeline, what about you? Who's nervous? I love it.
Been photophobic, I like to call it, forever. So this isn't any better.
All right, great.
Thank you.
All right. And Jessie, what do you want to do?
I'd invested in a microphone and I played around with it, but I haven't really figured out the best placement.
All right, Amy, what do you want to do?
So I just wanted to hear whatever tips you had, because I'm sure whatever you share, Wendy, is going to help all of us. So I'm just excited to see what you've learned, because I've always had kind of the same background and it's not super exciting.
All righty. Well, we've got some fun things to work on. I'm just going to start. What I'd like to cover today are really three areas. One is the staging, two is the looks, and three is how we communicate. And, my goal here is that even if we just each get one thing that will improve our ability to deliver and communicate in any of those areas, that'll be awesome. Amy, why don't we just start with you?
Okay, I didn't put my green screen up. I'm not in my regular space.
Even though you don't have your green screen up, this tip applies as if you have a green screen. You need to be able to control the light on the green screen.
Oh.
And you have to have pretty strong light if you have a green screen directly shining on the screen. And that changes the dynamics so that you can get rid of those fuzzies. So that's really the tip about the green screen. And, if you're going to make an investment, I think one of the things you want to do is figure out how to control the outside light and invest in good lights. I'm using 2 LED lights. So I'll have that tip on the bottom, but I found it really challenging to use a green screen without the power of those LED lights shining on the screen. So that's kind of the tip today on that. The other thing is, I think you've got to just think about the background has got to be appropriate. And this is whether it's a green screen or just your room environment. It just needs to be appropriate for your topic. And maybe we can just go real quick to Madeline. Madeline, can you talk just a little bit so people can see your setting?
How do you make the Zoom thing narrow?
What you're really talking about here, I think is really important, is the depth. So what you need to do is, if you want to have less in the background, which I would recommend, you have a pretty wide view. Does everybody else think she has a pretty wide view? You need to get closer to your back wall. That's how you change the dynamic.
Well, I can't get closer to the back wall, but I can bring the machine closer to me.
But you need, if you're trying to have a narrower view, you have a very wide view. In other words, your background, I can see your whole room. If the object is to not see your whole room, you either have to turn your computer and get closer to a wall or move somehow to do that. One of the tips that we want to talk about is, while you're on Zoom, record yourself in different positions and see how that looks, and then play the recording. But again, I think you could have a more effective view if we didn't see so much of your room. So just remember, there's 3 things you want to consider on depth. One is the depth between where you are and your background. The other one is where you are and your device that you're recording on. And then the third one is between where you are and your camera. What I said earlier, one of the things everybody might want to think about as they test where they are is if they have their tape, is to mark down on your floor, where's my chair, where's my device, or where's my camera, and where is my background. And so you can continue, you can find your perfect depth for each of you. So, Jesse, can you talk now?
I have a baby Max. I can hear him rolling around in our little play area. I wonder if you can. That's why I keep going on mute.
Right. So right now, one of the observations I have is Jessie is too close to her camera. She doesn't have that depth that we want to achieve. So again, as you practice, you can, get that tape, put the X where your device is, your camera, and where your chair is, and where the background is.
I've always liked this a little bit of depth, which is what I've tried to create here. Just that's my preference.
Right.
But again, originally it's the whole lighting on my face and stuff. And
one of the things that you can do, Steve, is can you close that blind behind you?
Yep.
Because you have a lot of reflective bright light that may be causing some of that pinkness. Does that make sense to everybody else? We'll try that with him and see. Now, the other thing you talked about, Steve, that you were trying to see is if you could improve the color or the quality of your face.
Yep.
Can you talk again? And then I'd like to see if we could try something maybe.
Yeah, sure. So what I've got is I've got overhead LED recessed lights on. I've got a little bit of a chandelier here that keep dim. And then I've got one of those, white discs.
I want to show you all. Can you all see the difference? Look, that's pretty horrible, isn't it? That's like the Halloween scare. But I have a portable LED light. Can you see the difference?
Yep.
So Steve, one of the things, even if you have like a reading light, we could even have you try the chandelier, to put the chandelier on to see if that would affect the color on your face. So Laura, where is your window? Can you point to where your window is, Laura? Do you have a shade? Can you pull down a shade, Laura, on yours?
It's shutters.
Shutters.
So the shutters are closed.
And we know the challenge, you all. Laura's having a terrible challenge. She cannot get strong enough internet signal. So that, for Laura, I think the thing she absolutely has to work on if she's going to record at home in a professional environment is she's got to try to get that internet connection. And Steve, can you get back on and we'll look at you again and talk?
Yep. So I close those shades. And I turn the chandelier up.
Steve, can I comment on maybe having you wear a brighter color, like a dark blue?
Sure.
Okay.
Why not? You've learned a lot from Jessie, my daughter.
All right, there we go. It may or may not be good, but it would be something that would be fun to try. So,
okay.
Do you all see how I'm in black today? This is, I said to you, one of the things, if you had a chance to get, I'm just going to put on my orange. This is probably going to be gross, but I recommend everybody try with their backgrounds putting on a different shirt. And again, you want to express your personality and do the whatever. But I think with the background that I have, this may be better. It may not. But again, I think that's something you should all try. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Good. All right.
So Wendy, did you say so you don't like the orange against your background? Is that what you were saying?
It was okay. For right now, for whatever reason today, I'm liking the black better.
I think you look beautiful against that wall. Can you tell me if I am making things better or worse? I've been all over my room.
I think it is 50% better. You just want to be in front of the corner. You don't want, you know what I'm saying? Maybe you want to move a little to the right or something.
In front of the corner.
In the background. Yeah.
Is that in front or did I go?
Yeah, I think so. Yep. I like your scene. It feels very, professional to me.
Oh, good.
Right.
So I can't sit at my desk anymore?
Nope. Sorry, you have to make some sacrifices here.
I know, but I don't have any surface to any.
We don't want you looking at the surface. That's the next thing. You guys, what is my main challenge? I keep looking. I have an external camera or I look at the computer screen and not the little green dots on my camera. So I'm going to just show you what I have. Wherever your camera is, just remember your audience, you're looking at them. You're not looking at them on the screen. They're seeing you as if you're looking into that computer screen. So get whatever it takes, a sticky or whatever, and put it right next to, as close to the camera so you focus on that camera. So I think that's something you want to think about, and just try to have the right level of, I'm going to call it brightness and excitement that you want on your face. All right. So I think one of the things that we can talk about is, did you all see how Jessie was moving back and forth? Again, we want to have those lines of demarcation with the painter's tape and try to, as much as possible, we want to have some animation, but that, when you move forward, that is a depth thing. So if you use your hands, that's great. People recommend, again, if that's natural, they recommend keeping your fingers closed. But that is a better view. But you want to be animated and you want to engage people so that it is interesting. So don't hesitate to do that.
Okay, so Wendy, you're saying your gestures are fine, but don't move the head back. Is that what you said? Okay.
Right. And for you in particular, that was challenging because as you moved forward, your internet went out a little bit. So again, I think, Laura, for you to be as still as possible, but use your hands if that's comfortable for you. The other thing is you can use gestures on your face. So I know this seems odd, but it's a very flat medium, flat. And what you want to do is you want to smile and you want to have expression. And maybe, Steve, you would be willing to practice this. Punch a couple of your words. So if you want to say, I was with the city of Boston yesterday, if you want to emphasize Boston, raise your voice a little bit.
So I was presenting to the city of Boston yesterday to about 90 people for an hour versus I presented to the city of Boston yesterday, but we had about 90 people.
That was great. The other thing, and maybe you don't know consciously that you did this, but the second time you spoke, you slowed down.
Okay.
And that was really great from a listener's perspective. So that's one of the things you want to do is think about punching your keywords and slowing down just a little bit. And it feels a little awkward, but it allows your brain a little bit of time to process. So while she's on, oh look, we have Max.
I had to bring him in. He's getting a little funky. Sorry, Wendy.
I love it. That's the thing I recommend. Bring a baby into the setting.
Good prop.
Good prop. Hi, Max. Let's see, we did lights. Does anybody else have any other specific questions they want me to cover?
I actually even wrote to Zoom to ask them how I could just narrow the shot of me, and I got nothing back. So
there's a great program that I use, and I think I mentioned this in our group, and Jessie is now using it as well, called eCam, which is a front end load onto Zoom. So you can record an eCam. Let me go. I'm going to just show you this, Madeline. I'm going to take a minute here and get to my eCam if I can find it. Anyway, it has a Zoom feature. That's kind of funny, a Zoom feature for Zoom, but it allows you to zoom in. Okay, so I don't know if this will work. Let's try it. I'm going to hit the Zoom feature, which narrows the view. Hold on.
Oh, look at that.
See that?
Yeah. How do I do that?
It's in a program called eCam, and I'll send you my link to get eCam. That's a front end that sits on top of Zoom. So you go into eCam, then you do a virtual camera and go to Zoom, and it works perfectly. Steve, do you have that yet?
I'm presenting at a conference in October, and they asked us to record all the presentations, and Jessie's been helping me put together all the presentations. We got one in the can, and we're going to do another one on Monday. So eCam is really cool. I've really gotten to know it. It's good. Great,
good. Because again, and eCam has a lot of features. You can change I'll just show you this. Oh, this might be really good for you, Steve. Look I can change my temperature.
Oh, in eCam.
See how I get more, and then the tint, like I can go green. This would be really creepy.
Oh wow.
Is that ugly? So
that's
maybe that's all through eCam. So maybe if you get it on your recording device, you can make those adjustments, and you can talk to Jessie about that. So
yeah, great.
Yeah, and let me just show you guys something here. I've got to go out of green screen. Hold on just a second. This is what I look like without the green screen, so hold on. I mean, without the virtual screen.
Interesting.
I just wanted to show you all this. This was $25. So again, I have to change the lighting, but it's a vinyl
What is-
hang up screen. And you can hang it on a clothesline, basically. Can you guys see that?
Yep.
So that is something that you can take. It's portable. You stick it up there with, I call it potato chip clips. And I'll put the thing on it. So if you don't have a green screen and you want to have that effect, Madeline, that's an alternative you could use.
I hate sitting in this corner.
We're going to get you something you like. So not that you all want to do this, but, you know, I do consults for, you know, $100 an hour. So anyway, that is something that if you want to go to my website, www.leadershiplessonsforyou.com, you can sign up for an hour coaching session.
If I come out looking as good as you, maybe.
All right, that has to be our goal. I love it. I love
You
it.
look great. You look
Good.
great. And
All
the
right.
black is beautiful on you.
Well, thank you. Great.
Very
Well, you
good.
all, thank you. This has been so great to have you. And ooh, I just love how everybody looks.
Thank you, Wendy, and thank you, Steve and Laura, for all your help.
Ciao, enjoy the weekend, and best wishes on the speech in October, Steve. So, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow morning, Wendy.
Thank you, Wendy. Good to see you again, and nice to meet you, Laura and Madeline. And thanks for all the great critique to make this look a little better. Thank you.
All right. Bye.